Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I've got my August favourites, so we're going to be looking at skincare, body care, hair care and fragrance, but I thought I'd split this into my morning favourites and my evening favourites. The first piece of skincare I have to show you is this retinol serum from Glow Recipe, so it is the Blackberry Retinol Blemish Serum. I've been applying this directly to my breakout area. I've got a lot of cystic underskin spots and this has helped to really reduce the inflammation on the side of my face. I'm also applying it to the side of my forehead. On my last cycle I had a breakout, so I have got a little bit of scarring here and this seems to really be helping. I'm sure the next few products you guys are going to be sick of me talking about. So we have the Medicube PDRM Eye Serum, the Road Glazing Milk, Dermalogica's Smart Response Serum. I've started to gravitate a little bit more towards Drunk Elephant's La La Whipped Cream. I normally use Tatcha's Dewy Cream, but I'm feeling that it's just a little bit heavy at the moment on my skin. I think this is a really nice in-between cream from my Tatcha Dewy and my Water Cream. This is definitely very hydrating, but it's not as thick as the Tatcha, but it's also not as fine as the Water Cream. I like to mix my bronzy drops in with this cream, but I'm more focusing on acne prevention at the moment, so I'm trying to not use as many products in the morning. Then finishing off with Beauty of Josie and Sun Cream. I like the sun cream because it feels really hydrating. I find with some sun creams, they don't necessarily dry you out, but it can make your skin feel just a little bit drier. This also adds a really nice dewy finish, which I know you guys are going to be sick of me talking about, but I like dewy skincare. And that's generally what I do every day for my skin. My most used blush at the moment, I think, is the Rhode Pocket blush in Piggy. This is a nice neutral baby pink. What I love about Rhode blushes is how hydrating they are. I also like that you can just put it straight onto your skin. With a lot of other products, you need to like apply it onto your finger or put a brush on it, but I like that you can just tap this on and just blend it in. Another blush I'm really loving at the moment is the Rare Beauty Luminizing blushes, and this is in the shade Happy. I really like these, but they're definitely not my everyday blush. I think they sometimes give off a bit of a metallic-y feel. For everyday, I'm definitely more into subtle blush, but if I was doing a full face of makeup, I definitely lean towards this. Other than blush, the only makeup I do on a regular basis would be like a lip liner or some sort of lip product. Using Lunge, which is a rosy beige, and I'm still not really sure how you use this bit. I've spoken about how much I'm loving peach at the moment, and this is the Huda Beauty Juicy Peach Lip Oil, and this smells so nice. I absolutely love the fragrance of this, and I also really like that this is a very lightweight oil. I think with oils sometimes it can make your lips feel kind of tacky, or that it doesn't really not dissolve, but it doesn't really go into your lips, if that makes sense. This adds the nicest shine to my lips, and I'm absolutely obsessed with the smell. Just makes my lips look really nice. Another lip scent I've been loving this month is the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Lip Peptide in, I think this is Cocoa. Oh, it's Creme Brulee. It smells so nice. I thought it was like a chocolatey smell, but it's not. I'm still really loving my Rare Beauty lip glosses, and these are in the shade Glimmer and Flicker. The last time I went shopping, I took Flicker with me, and something really irritating has happened. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little bit of green on the side of it, and I had this in my bag with a tampon, and somehow the tampon dye has just got all down the side of it and I cannot get it off. Two other things I'm using in the morning is the Lemme Glow Hair, Skin and Nail Gummies and the Lemme Purr Vaginal Probiotic Gummies. Now, I don't think I've been using them long enough to like give a review, but the taste is incredible. My husband actually has eaten a few of the vaginal ones and a few of the Lemme Glow ones. They just taste so nice. He said like if they start making sweets, he'll be there. Again, because this month I'm really focusing on acne prevention and just covering up this really horrible bit I've got at the moment, I've been using these little pimple patches from Hero. I find whenever I'm going out I get a little bit anxious about like how red and angry this looks. I know I've got a filter on at the moment so you're not going to be able to see it, but it does look red and angry, so I just pop one of these over the top and it just helps to mask the little redness. I also use the long strip version, and this is amazing if you've got a cluster of spots. I find sometimes that if you have a round circle patch, it doesn't cover, you know, if you've got two spots next to each other, but obviously you can just cut this into whatever shape you need. The first product I have to talk about is the Ritual of Sakura, and this is the body lotion mousse, and what I love about this is that it makes my skin feel like velvet. I feel with most body lotions they feel really similar on your skin, but this just makes my skin, yeah, it just feels like velvet. It doesn't feel like soft the way that like a gel or a lotion would make your skin feel, but it makes it feel really nice. I don't know how to explain it. This smells of rice milk and cherry blossom, and this is definitely one of my favourite scents from Rituals. It's just such a nice calming smell. Something I spoke about last month is Vanillalicious. You guys know how much I love this. These two products obviously smell completely different, but I want to talk about the formula. With Ritual of Sakura, this just melts into my skin and makes my arm feel so velvety. Whereas when you use a typical body lotion, you can sort of feel that it's on your skin, that it feels a little bit sticky. If I don't have time to let that melt into my skin, I like to go in with Silky Underwear, which is a dusting powder. This is a really similar texture to baby powder, but it doesn't smell like baby powder, it smells like cocoa, so I definitely prefer to use something like this over baby powder just because I don't really like the smell of it. What I like about Silky Underwear is if you apply a little bit, it takes away that stickiness, but it doesn't make your skin look matte. Definitely wouldn't apply this over a body oil. When I'm applying a body oil, I want that sparkly dewy look, and I feel that this is probably too good of a product to apply over the top. The next two body care items I have to talk about is the Rare Beauty Fine Comfort Bouncy Body Cream and Super Fairy Body Lotion. I spoke last week about the texture difference between Fine Comfort and Sol de Janeiro. I found that this cream is really easy to work in. The texture is definitely different. I don't know how to explain it. I keep going to say rice pudding, but I feel like that's not a positive thing to say about a body lotion. I find Sol de Janeiro creams take quite a lot to work into your skin. I would lean more towards this in the evening when I'm not going somewhere. I love how lightweight this is, and the cream itself like actually bounces. I don't know if you guys can see that. If I'm in a rush, I like to apply a little bit of Silky Underwear just so it's easier to put on your jeans. I hate that feeling when you've got cream on and then your jeans stick to your legs. For body oil, I'm still loving the Space NK Caribbean Shores oil. I think I'm leaning more towards golden because I've got a little bit of a tan at the moment, but I think over winter and autumn, I'll probably be leaning more towards pearl. I love how much of a sparkle this has. I find a lot of body oils do have this little shimmer, but it's quite subtle, whereas this is definitely more obvious. Another two sparkly products I'm loving at the moment is Super Milk and Snow Fairy by Lush. Snow Fairy is more of an icy glitter. I can see a lot of pink, purple and blue iridescence in here. Super Milk is more goldy, so this is definitely the spray I lean more towards, but there are a few little blue iridescence in here. I really like to pair the glitter mist with Super Fairy. This is a much lighter lotion than what I thought it would be. Every time I get a pot product, I always think it's going to be really thick. I absolutely love the colour of this, and it is the perfect mix between Super Milk and Snow Fairy. I've tried out a lot of body fragrance this month, and these are my favourite three. So we have Fleur's Beach Skin. I really love to use this over my bed, as well as using it as a hair and body mist. The heart of this has coconut, and I'm not somebody that normally likes coconut, but the base is sandalwood and vanilla musk, and that's generally what I can smell the most. I really love to pair this with Yum from Kayali. They're definitely very different scents, but they're two scents that I really love together. This is Yum by Kayali, which is described as a marshmallow scent, but both of these fragrances actually have coconut, vanilla and musk in. They layer really nicely together, and this is definitely my go-to summer scent. I'm also really loving Rare's new perfume, which again I love to pair with Beach Skin. Both of these are very vanilla-y. I feel like both of these scents are a more grown-up vanilla version. I'm really loving the musk and vanilla in both of these. You guys know I already really love both of the lotions of these, so I really like to pair them together. I do really love Snow Fairy, but I feel like it's a little bit overpowering, so Super Fairy is definitely the perfect mixture for me. If I'm going for a vanilla shower, I definitely like to pair my Sunday Vanilla Whip Foam and the Vanillicious together. It just makes everything smell really vanilla-y and nice. My last morning favourite that I want to talk about is Sassy Scents Candied Sentinel Kiss. This smells like an everyday scent that has notes of pink sugar, light fruits with a kiss of tonka bean and cashmere wood. You can use this as a wash or shaving cream, but either way it just makes your skin really soft, and I really love the smell. Those are all my morning August favourites that I have to show you, so I will pop back in a few hours and show you my nighttime favourites. It's now 26 minutes past 9, which is a very precise time. I don't know why I didn't just say 25 minutes past 9, but I'm going to show you guys my nighttime skincare routine. The first step of my nighttime skincare routine is using the Phyto Nature Lifting Eye Cream. Now, everything I'm going to show you, I haven't paid for. A lot of the stuff I showed you before, I get from like PR, or like collabs, things like that. So I was looking at the price of this because obviously I want to recommend this to you guys, but it is £115, which I didn't realise an eye cream could be that expensive. Dermalogica is probably the very first skincare brand I've ever tried outside of the drugstore. When I used to get my nails done back in my hometown, the lady that did them, she was a Dermalogica representative. So this is an anti-aging eye cream, and I tried to start using anti-aging products when I was about 25. I think that's when your skin starts to lose collagen. This is packed with a lot of peptides, which helps to boost your skin's resilience and also firm the under eye area. The next two things are from Anua. Again, I wasn't really sure about the price point of this, and this is £22 and there's 100 patches in here. So this is the Anua Glow Pad, and what this does is really helps your skin glow and does a really intense hydration. Now on the box it says you're supposed to apply it for 5 to 10 minutes. I think I've seen a lot of people do like 2 different patches and then they leave it on for 10 minutes, but I feel it's kind of wasteful, so what I do is I just wipe it all over my face. Totally get why people leave this on for 5 minutes, but the pad itself is really wet anyway, so I feel like your skin gets a good amount of product on it. I like to leave my skin quite damp after I've used the toner because then that helps the serum and the moisturiser absorb or like penetrate into my skin. The next product I'm going to use is this Anua serum. So this is the Redness Soothing Serum. I've spoken a lot today about my acne breakout, and obviously this is a soothing serum, so it helps to reduce all the redness and the sort of irritation on my skin. But also something I've not really talked about today is this little bit of psoriasis I have in the middle of my forehead. So this appeared right before I got married. I think it was maybe July of 2024, and I've just got this bright red patch in the middle of my face. I've got really sensitive skin and I found it's been absolutely fine with this serum. I noticed on the website it said it soothes non-medical related things, so like it wouldn't necessarily soothe psoriasis, but I feel like it's been really helpful on this little problem bit here. You guys know how much I love my Tatcha Dewy Cream. I have stopped using it in the daytime just because when I have my little pimple patches on, they do seem to just slide up my face. This is packed with antioxidants and it's actually made from Japanese purple rice, which I have no idea what that is. The last step of my skincare routine is I use this LED face mask. Now Josh refers to this as the sex robot mask because it does look a little bit weird when I've got it on, but I'll show you what it looks like. So this is from the brand Amiro and I actually did an ad for them. This is one of my favourite things. This has definitely really helped again with the redness on my psoriasis, and with the blue light it really helps to kind of kill any bacteria that is causing my breakout. I generally sit here for about 15 minutes and I use this most nights, and I use the Purify mode. I like to use the Bioderm's Bio Collagen Real Deep Mask, and this is one of my favourite masks to sleep in. I always thought that this would be really claustrophobic. I do get quite claustrophobic with like tight things or close fitted things. Because this mask gets lighter as you sleep, it kind of goes into your skin. I don't find that I feel claustrophobic. It has probiotics, collagen and hyaluronic acid in it. The problem I have with this mask is that it's really flimsy, so quite a lot of the time I end up breaking it. The hyaluronic acid in this mask penetrates the deeper layers of your skin, so I find when I wake up in the morning my skin feels really refreshed and bouncy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go and readjust my mask because it's falling off my face and I've broken it down the side, but I will see you guys in the next video.